Da-dum, da-da-dum, da-da-dum, da-da-da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-da-da-dum. What does that even mean, Bowers Game Corner?
Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another game review. Today I'm very excited to check it out. Got 'em from Callio Games. This is for 2 to 4 players. Age is 8 plus. It'll take about 30 minutes to play. And in Got 'em, you are going to be trying to capture your opponents by placing walls around the board, and at the same time trying to elude them capturing you. There are actually two different gameplay modes in this game. One they call the Bright Game Mode, and one they call the Brainy Game Mode. Either way, they are both abstract games that are going to have you maneuvering around the board and trying to capture your opponents. It's a family game. Is it a light game? But is it a good game? Let's check it out and see how it works. Alrighty then, we're going to take a look at what you're going to get inside of Got 'em from Callio Games. First and foremost, we have your handy dandy rule sheet. It is one page and it is really, really long. It's long. It's a very, very well done rule booklet. Have you up and running in no time at all. In fact, there's actually two sets of rules in here. One for the Bright Got 'em rules and one for the Brainy Got 'em rules. I'll go over both of them. Neither of them are too complex. And one thing I like that they do on the back is they actually have different languages printed in very small on the back, but still, if you speak a different language, they have the rules for tons of different languages back there. Overall, though, very, very well done rule booklet. Have you up and running in no time at all. So we'll go over the components and we'll get into the gameplay. So first and foremost, you're going to get your board. It is a double-sided board. This side has colors. This side does not. This is the brainy side. This is the bright side. And we'll show you how to play both those as I mentioned. Next, you're going to have these walls. You're going to be placing these in on various different spots depending on where you want to place them or where cards tell you to place them. And they go in pretty easily, pretty self-explanatory, just like that. So as you can see, they're now in there. So, next you're going to have your pawns. These are going to symbolize your pieces. In this game, what you're trying to do is you're going to try and trap your opponents. Your opponents are trapped when they are surrounded on all four sides by walls like this. So now the blue guy would be out of the game. So you're going to be doing that, but it's not as easy as that because other people are going to be moving and they're going to be trying to trap you at the same time. Also, if someone ever gets pinned into a corner or pinned up against the wall and they're covered on three sides, they're still knocked out of the game. Last but not least, you're going to get your cards over here. And your cards are going to be used in the Bright Got 'em rules. We'll go over some of the cards right here. They're all pretty much about the same. Place a wall on any red square, so you can put it on any one of the red squares on any one of the corners of the red squares, and you may move up to 2 squares. Place a wall on a blue square, move 1 square. Yellow square, 2 squares. Let's see if we can find some of the special ones. So here we go. Place a wall on any square, and you may move your pawn 1 square. But there's actually some really, really cool ones that will let you, there you go, you may remove any one wall in addition to playing one and moving one. There's ones that will even let you go through walls, and those are cards you really, really want to hold on to until you absolutely need them. So let's go over the Bright rules, and then we'll go over the Brawny rules, and we can just go ahead and do that real quick. So on your turn, when you first start the game, you're going to start with 3 cards like this, and what you're going to do is very self-explanatory. We'll just have a 2-player game set up here, is you are going to take a look at your 3 cards, and you are going to play one of those cards down. So you place a wall on any green square. So if we're red, we might just go bloop right there. And then we are also going to move up to 2 squares, so we might go 1, 2. And that would be the end of our turn, and we would draw back up to 3 cards. Next, our opponent, obviously, who's still going to have 3 cards, is going to do the exact same thing. So they might place a wall on any yellow square, and they might place it, say, right here. And then they could move up to 2 squares, and obviously they probably want to get away from this. So they might go 1, 2, and then they're going to draw back up to 3 cards. You are going to continue to do this over and over and over and over again, and as you do this, the board is going to get full and full and full of pieces. You're going to run out of room to navigate until eventually someone is going to get pinned in, and then the other person will be the winner of the game. If you're playing more than 2 players, then obviously that person is eliminated from the game, but the game is so quick that the game will probably end within another 5 minutes of once someone getting eliminated. So that's how you're going to be playing the Bright Got 'em rules. Next, I'll show you the Brainy Got 'em rules. They are very, very similar to the other ones, except they get rid of these cards completely. You do not need these cards at all. This is more of a pure abstract strategy game. In this one, what you're going to do on your turn is you are first going to place a wall anywhere you would like to place a wall. So let's just say I would go right here. So yeah, I'll go right there actually. So next, you get to move however many spaces or how you get to move a certain number of spaces based on how many walls you are next to. So right now, red would not get to move any spaces because they're not next to any walls. But for instance, let's say this was right here, then red would get to move 1 space. If this were right here, red would get to move 2 spaces, so on and so forth. So you're either going to be moving 0, 1, or 0, 1, 2, or 3 spaces every single turn. So then this one actually poses the question of sometimes you actually want to put a wall right next to you just so you can move out of dodge. It adds a really interesting mechanism to the game. And when you first start, it's going to be slow going, but eventually someone's going to start putting like a box around you, and then you're going to be like, oh no, I got to get out of here. And so then you'll actually start putting pieces around you just so you can try to escape. But that is how the brainy Gotham rules are played. But other than that, same thing. Once someone gets captured, they're eliminated from the game, and everyone else continues until there's only one person left. And that, in a nutshell, is how Gotham is played. Alrighty then, got him from Calliope Games. What are my final thoughts? Let's go over the pros, let's go over the cons. First, on the con side, the game's not going to be for everybody. It does accommodate a smaller group, 2 to 4 players. Also, this game does have the issue where sometimes, if you're playing with 3 people who don't particularly like one person, they can all gang up on someone, and that person is pretty much just kind of screwed. Hopefully you don't play with people like that, or hopefully you're not the one who gets screwed over. But that is something that just wanted to warn you about. Also, some of the cards in the Bright game are way more powerful than other cards. If you get 2 of those cards that let you go through walls, and then you just keep playing that 3rd card over and over again, there's a very high probability that you're probably going to be one of the last 2 left. Or if you're playing a 2-player game, then you're probably just going to win, because those cards are very powerful. That's obviously negated if you play the Brainy game mode, which gets rid of all the cards. Another thing that might turn some people off is the theme is completely non-existent. I honestly have no idea what the theme is about. The box says it was his job to trap her before she trapped him. I don't know what this game is about. It is an abstract game, but I do like the bright, vivid colors. I like the Liechtenstein-inspired artwork. I like that quite a bit, but that's more on the pros side. So let's get to the pros, because this has a lot of pros. Gotham is a fantastic abstract game. Now, as many of you know, I'm not the biggest abstract gamer. I have a couple of them that I've liked from here and there, but I don't really keep too many abstract games. This is one I'm going to keep, and there's a couple main reasons why. First, components are great. I like the bright, vivid colors on the board. It's a very simple game to learn and to teach, which is always great. I can teach this game in under a minute. It's that simple. Oh, here's 3 cards. You're going to play one, you're going to do exactly what it says on the card, you're going to draw another card, and then you're going to do that. Or if you flip it around, it's even easier to teach. You're going to say, you put a wall down, and then however many walls are touching you, you're going to move that many spaces. Don't get pinned in. I like that a lot, but there's still quite a bit of strategy going on there. Also, this is one of those games that is good enough for game night. Like, gamers can enjoy this game. It's a nice, light, quick filler game, but at the same time, this is a great family game. Not just for family board game night, where it's mom and dad and the kids or whatever, but also for get-togethers. Because that's something I always look for in a game. Is this a game that I can bust out with my family who are not gamers, and it's not going to intimidate with them, and Gotham is definitely on that list. So overall, Gotham, Calliope Games, really, really enjoy this one. Instantly going to be on my shelf. Going to be on my shelf for a long time. This is one that I feel like has flown under the radar. It's been out for a couple of years. But if you like abstract games, if you like light filler games that are very easy to learn and very easy to teach, look no further. Gotham is a home run in those departments. So that is Gotham from Calliope Games. Looks like it might be for you. Be sure to check it out. In the comments below, let me know what are your thoughts on abstract strategy games. Games with next to no theme, but it's just you just moving pieces around and trying to outmaneuver other people. I like them, but at the same time, I like theme just a little bit better. I liked Regnum Angelica, a game I reviewed last year that was really good, but that was way more complex than this game is. I like the ease and the simplicity of this game. But what are your thoughts on abstract strategy game? Be sure to post in the comments below. Let me know what your favorite one is or your least favorite one is. And as always, if you enjoyed this content, please be sure to click on the subscribe button down below. And thanks for your time, YouTube.
That was the review for Gotham. For more reviews and previews, check back at Bowers Game Corner.